actually see if it is a good idea to go to where the truck is or even the caterpillar is, because I honestly don't know if the truck will be turned on. I have a bad idea. They have started. They have reached this point where they are almost destroying the place. My goodness, I'm feeling so. No. Although I said that I'm not going to attach with that thing. Let me just focus. Focus. There are many areas that you can record your diaries, and one of them has been destroyed. And you see there are other options that you can do. It's not only that, by the way. Anyway, let me continue with my day. Not focus on the bad, focus on the good. Okay. So, but there I have a story to tell. Not a story, but there are things that are happening to me, and I have a reason to believe that there was a ditch actually here, and it has been covered by the soil now. The ditch was actually you could actually submerge in the water, like the height that I have. You could submerge in the waters here, but now it has been filled with the water, not even the soil, so as to prevent further deaths of other people. And I wonder how that thing happened, because I remember you cannot tell me that two people can drown at the same time. Okay, let me find another place. Take a note of the These are steel door actually. One of those trucks that are delivering soil. And it's heavy. I'm sure this thing is heavy. So, it's very heavy, by the way. You can see a lot of changes here. The mountain that was initially here has now been broken down. It's no longer there. My worry is just the flooding that will happen in this place. When now the rainy season starts, wow, it will be terrible. I'm here just to take a survey. Because I've actually took another path so that I reached to my destination. I see a lot of changes, man. In just a few days, the place that was filled with soil and even mountains here is no longer there. That tells you that things can really change very fast. Things really do change very fast. Yeah, you should never stay in static. Always expect changes, because changes is there's a saying that says, there's this saying that suggests that changes is the world what? I just can't remember the name. Honestly, I just can't remember the saying, but honestly, I don't remember I don't remember that thing, and therefore I don't know what to say. There's a saying that says change is the world's is it standard? Okay, it's not standard, but it's the world. Okay, I forget the name. However, this saying says, suggest. Actually, the meaning of this thing is that change will always be something that you're going to experience in the world, no matter what. Always expect changes. You are with a good person, they are likely to leave you. That's for that matter, computer sijui 211. Yet I'm not interested in school. I said the other day that there's a likelihood that even if I would have continued this school, no, anyway, I don't want to focus on the school. I focus on other things. With me, I'm carrying some circumstances. The goodness that I'm not sure the wind is going to affect the audio, but I'm sure it will. So I'm moving in a direction where the wind is actually will infiltrate the spaces in my fingers or even in my hand to make some noise. However, the wind isn't too much, but there will be some distortion. There will be some distortion in the audio quality output. So I have almost 7. I don't know GB. This can as well go for 5 minutes or 46, maximum 47. That's how far I can go with the diary, today's diary. I don't have storage. You see? Yeah. So I'm yearning for that Vivo, which has, is it 256 or 128? Let's hope it has 256 storage, 256 GB storage, because I really need that storage for my videos, so that I can even record even an 1 hour 30 minutes diaries. I think it will be good to me, and even I shoot the videos for Excel, for productivity. Plus, this phone was just built for content creators. Yeah, it was just built for content creators. And I'm starting out to imagine myself using that phone while in living life. I have a good phone. Right now, I'm getting the foundation of Excel. You know, it has just occurred to me that I was actually very new to some things. And right now, I'm so good at them that I don't notice them. An example, Canva. When I was starting on Canva, I was like, okay, this thing is different. But after using it a little bit without even following a tutorial or anything, I realized I'm just good at it. I'm just good at tuning. I'm just good. Although you keep on learning each and every day, there's something that to learn about Canva when you're using Canva. But the basics, I do have all of them, and no one taught me. I didn't use any tutorial to teach me how to use Canva. I just decided, let me go. Actually, okay, let me just be honest. Let me do not lie. I saw some people making some designs. I decided to just watch. And I keep on saying this each and every time. That first exposure is very important. To sign anything, very important. Something new, important. That exposure, when I just watch, I don't know how my mind works, but I've actually learned to, okay, this is how I'm wired to do some things. I get that first exposure and first-hand experience. I try it out and it fails. That is always the aim when I'm doing something. Let's say I'm learning Excel. I need only to watch one tutorial, and make the practical use of it. And I go offline for some time. When I come back, I realize that I'm so good at whatever I was doing. I was like, who taught me these things? I don't understand myself by the way. So this is the thing. But if they could have been wrapped with actually it's samosas. This mama who usually sells these mandazis and samosas. Her samosas are very sweet. I don't know how, but they are very sweet. I just love her. But today I was late. I was supposed to actually pick them when they were hot at 8 a.m. Usually they are very hot when at either 6:30 or something like that. So here they are. Let me finish. This is part that I can't let it run. That crunchy part. Mind is actually the one that is conscious already. Now, my brain was wired that way. Ati, let me check if there is any other crunching beats of these characters. There are. Education is boring. Our brains were just yeah. I've said that education is boring. No, I didn't mean that. Yeah, I was actually processing a thought. So, my brain was just wired that way. Once you give me the first exposure, that's it. And I must be there. Like my mind must be there. Trying to learn, actually, willing to learn that thing. Beat anything, like anything. I can guarantee you, if I come back, I'll be a pro at that thing. I'll be a genius at that thing. Because I am a genius at that. Pattern recognition. I play that video over and over and over when I'm away. Although I'm not aware of it, but my subconscious usually works for it. Actually, my subconscious mind works for me. Works for me. Why? I don't. That's how I was wired. That's how I was built, by the way. When I seek an answer, right now I'm trained to seek an answer. I must always disconnect. The answer will just come back. And when I go and focus on other things, there's a likelihood that I'm going to get the answer. And trust me, it will be the right answer. But that first exposure plus the willingness is is what is important. And after that, I practice. After practicing, you realize, I'm good at that. I'm just good at that. I've just become good at that. That's how I work, by the way. I realized while in high school, let me give you a story. While I was in high school, in Form 1, this is when I noted this. Now, usually, this logarithm and logarithm mathematics is often okay. The first mathematical concepts are usually introduced while in Form 1, okay, in high school or even secondary school. Okay, they're usually introduced in Form 1 high school. Now, I can appreciate that I am actually grateful that we had a very good teacher, although he was very strict. Those people who are very serious with whatever they do. I have a reason to believe that he was a life path 4. 4 recessive, or even 4 dominant, likely. So this guy, called Mr. Njuguna, which if I meet him, by the way, I really greet him. Although I failed him at mathematics. I never worked on my mathematics in high school, by the way. The C, was it a C or even a C plus? I think it was a C. Actually, it must be a C plus. That mathematics in high school that I got from my KCSE, trust me, I didn't work for it. Actually, I swear I didn't work for it. And remember, it was just default. The mathematics that I knew, the mathematics that I had learned in class is what I used to fill those questions in my KCSE mathematics paper. Imagine what if I could have worked for my grades. I'm sure I could have gotten a clean A minus, B plus, thereabout. I'm sure if I could have worked on myself and work on using my brain, how it is wired, I'm sure I could have gotten a B plus or an A minus. I'm very sure when I'm saying this, I could have gotten a good grade with mathematics. But I decided, okay, let me go on autopilot. Let me depend on my brain, and it did wonders. It gave me a C, or is it a C plus? Yeah. So a story, yes. So this when mathematics is introduced to high school learners, and you will appreciate the fact that this is to enable the learners while they get into Form 2. Well, actually, they are in Form 2. They have a grasp of the whole idea behind logarithms and all those and the related topics. So this topic is introduced while in Form 1. Now, while it is being taught, I honestly don't get anything. I'm green. I'm trying to get it, but I think this is the point where porn actually was affecting me. That was the year where things were just really going southwards. However, I think I'm able to localize some things. Although it was affecting, but it wasn't really affecting. However, I knew that it was affecting. Now, but I don't think it was that excessive to make me know. However, masturbation actually affects your brain. There's a way you couldn't see it in the short term, but in the long term, things happened. So I was a bit clouded in a way. So I wasn't getting anything, and however much I tried to force this thing to be gotten, I don't know why. Whenever a teacher is teaching something on the table, it is usually very easy, and I can get in the first 10 minutes. I can get all the concepts, but after that, this it is taught for several lessons, 1, 2, 3, could be even 3 lessons that were for the introduction of logarithms, how to read logarithm in for figures. We used to call it for figure. I'm sure. Okay, I wish I could have attached that. I'm going to attach that picture here for figures logarithm table where you read the log of nini. We are taught how to. Yeah, we are taught that in Form 1. However, I didn't get the concept. I tried as much as possible to get this into my head, but even you consult the geniuses in the class, they are explaining. Yes, I'm getting, but I'm not getting. Yeah, I'm not like, okay, ideas. No, for you to learn something. Now this is actually the process of learning. These are simple ideas, simple in dots. Like imagine I'm drawing a dot in a paper, like dot 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 dot. Now the ability now to connect one dot to the other is what I didn't have. Okay, and actually I let it go. I didn't focus much on trying to learn this logarithm because I knew my brain will shut off. I usually know that my brain usually when we now this is a typical brain that I have. When I try to understand one thing for a very long time with so much attention, with so much energy, with so much zeal, there's a likelihood I will go mad. Like there's a way that my brain will shut off. Yes, I'm there physically, yes, but I'm just a walking skeleton because I'm no longer thinking. The brain has system off. The emotional part is what is left. The logical part is asleep, like it's in a coma. That's what I mean. The logical part of is it the right of the? I'm not sure about that, but that's how it is. So as you conclude this, you realize that as I concluded this, I realized, okay, I did not to struggle to learn this thing or even to take effort to learn this. Higher months pass, and this was just a unit. It wasn't that a big deal even it could appear on my exams. It wasn't a must, so I wasn't worried as such. I knew in my mind, I knew that there's a likelihood that two mathematical questions are likely to come, not more than that, or even 3, not more than that, and they won't be more than actually 10 marks. So I let it go. Jump the next year, that was in 2018 while I was in Form 2. Yeah, in this high school called Elbagon Secondary School. Okay, now I jump into that class. I think it was on a second term or first term at the end. We are being taught now the advanced logarithms concepts. As this is happening, I realized, okay, it has brought me to the trauma that I was trying to escape. Little did I know. Hey, I floated. Like, there's a way you can appreciate, okay, I really can't understand this because I have had an event before, even some experience, some prior experience before. I've actually repeated myself. Some prior experience to these sums or even logarithm concepts, but I can't get hold of them. You know what? I'm on autopilot. I let now the teacher teach, knowing very well that I've blocked that in. That attitude is actually what saved me. Let it go. Let things just flow. I am not going to make any effort to understand this. However, when the teacher is teaching, I'm like, I understand. I get the point. The connection is what. Now, when now doing the sum from when I'm not in class. Now, while not in. Okay, here's the point. When I'm not in the class and I'm trying to work out this logarithm sums, the teacher used to give us some homeworks or even assignments. We do calculate logs. I tried. We did very many sums or even questions, but I wasn't getting anything at all. Like, I honestly can say that this was, you know, I surrendered my fate, by the way. I surrendered to my fate. I realized, okay, I just can't go with this. However much I try, I can't work out these sums. Yeah. This went for about for almost a week. You know, a teacher focuses on a topic for a certain time. Logarithms went for about 2 weeks. The teacher keeps on teaching each and every day. I get the point, but the connections are not there. Yeah. Now, tell me why. Immediately he actually finished the logarithm topic, or even the logarithm topic. That's when a week later is when we do the exams. And tell me why, of all occasions, a teacher will just set almost all the questions based on the logarithm table or even the logarithm concepts. I was like, shit, fuck. And at this point I don't know anything. I was given my exam paper that I'm supposed to write my answers. I perused the pages 1, 2. I saw some logarithm thing, and my brain just decided, let me wear some wings, let me grow some wings, and let me fly. It's a song, fly, fly, fly. That's when I realized, kumbe, panic can. Now, remember, the brain, this is how it works. Once it gets a threat and it no longer has any experience or even any tools to deal with that, it usually panics. It goes into panic mode. And whatever content that you are holding before that day, I can guarantee you, I can tell you for sure that you're going to feel that thing. Once you panic, panic is something that you should never do in any circumstance. If you ever find yourself in a trouble, stay calm. Learn to stay calm. So my brain goes into panic. And you know what happens next? Yeah. I scribbled some nonsense. Yeah? Very seriously. Hey, scribbled some nonsense. Have you ever seen a serious person writing nonsense? Yeah, they know that they are writing nonsense, but they are writing seriously. Knowing very well. I had no energy because I knew, okay, there's a likelihood that I won't get anything from this paper. And if I get, the teacher was lenient on me. Almost all the sums were based on logarithm tables. Other people were getting the concepts. I was actually asking myself, why am I not getting? Yeah, and now here's the twist. The paper is full of logarithm sums. Oh my god. Do you know what I scored? Do you know what I scored in that paper? Do you know the astonishment? But I wasn't surprised because I knew this thing was just, I expected this. The moments where you expect, okay, this sum I did very good. I'm sure I am very right. But you can count almost 3 sums that were non-logarithm tables. So likely I can get about 20% or even, lakini kijaribu sana 10, 15, thereabout. I get the paper. I get my results. Do you know what? I was among the people, I was among the people who are on the tail, like on the tail end. Actually, I had actually 2 people behind me who actually were the one who are on the tail. Now I was actually probably the third one. Do you know, I scored a 06, and for the first time I felt afu guy. Let me tell you, if things decide to dawn on you, I can tell you for a fact. Things will fall on you. Stones will fall on you properly. Like they'll hit your head like this. Tell me why. After getting that 06, we are told the academic clinic will be on the second term that first week. Guy, my brain went into, like, now I was panicking. I'm no longer panicking. I was like, this is now my fate, and that's it. That is it. I was done. Like, you know what? I've given up. I know my fate. The parent will come and know that I've scored a 06, and I'm done. I'm just dead. Dead on arrival. I had made peace with the fact that no. Let me see what will happen. And guess what? My parents knew that I had scored a 06. And I think at this juncture is when I had started actually working on my biology. These are the effects of porn. Now, when I talk of porn as a devil, I know I have an experience. I had a 4-year experience in high school, in my entire high school. Actually, before I joined, things happened. They got myself into that thing. Although I appreciate that it happened to me so that it can make me self-aware after that whole key period. I'm just grateful that it happened. Right now, I just can't. It went away. Right now, even watching porn I'm like, okay, I'm watching porn, yes, but it ain't doing anything. It ain't having any benefit to me. Therefore, my brain decided to shut it off. Shut even the trauma off. But I picked the lesson that porn is not a good thing. So it will lead to masturbation. And once it leads to masturbation, there's no going back. Once you get into that ditch, once you get into that hole, it will take some process to just save yourself from the devil. Even the chains, it chains you up to not be the person. So that is what happened. And tell me after that, while in now that term, jumping back now a term later, I was actually comfortably able to write logarithm tables and even do the mathematics, the sums, solve problems with the logarithms, because my brain is wired, have experience, actually be taught, have that first-hand experience, the assignments, what do you call it, detach, go to other things, and then the answers will come naturally, automatically they come themselves. Later too. So that is what happened. While in that term I get higher, I can do comfortably. I did only one sum. I wrote higher, and I used actually the logarithm book for figure. I used the log book, and I was like, higher, I can write this sum. And by the way, I was correct. I think I was using this book called, there's a Kikuyu book written by there's a mathematics book written by a Kikuyu. It has a name, SK sijui nani. It's about mathematics. It has problems to solve and answers to them. Why am I forgetting the name? It's a mathematics. It's actually a very small book that you can hold with your hand. SK apana. Moshiri apana, si Moshiri. It has a Kikuyu name, author. It was written by okay, anyway. So that aside, so I took the book and did several sums, and I was good at them. Now, not that someone taught me that. It's because that's how my brain was wired. Have that exposure, get first-hand experience, disconnect, do other things, answers will just come your way. You'll find that you are good, yet you didn't work for it. That's how I am. Because if I decide to go to that route of practice until I get it, I know my brain will just shut off, because I won't focus on any other thing apart from that has given me that challenge. That's why I usually disconnect from that. So that's why I learned Canva, for that matter. First hand experience, fanya mistakes, disconnect, do other things, then come back. I was good at it. And any time that I'm learning anything, programming, yeah, I use actually that tactic when I'm learning even some new things. Excel, have that first exposure, and then the rest will just come. Some people are just blessed, but I see that as a blessing as much as it's delayed blessing. Okay, and I've started to grow gray hairs. Oh my goodness, on my leg. And I'm growing old one. I need to have a kid, man. Yeah, I need to have a kid so that I can be properly called a grandfather. I'm sure my daughter will have their first daughters while they are in their early 20s. That's the matter of the fact. That's for sure. That's actually, I can tell you for a fact that will be the thing. My daughter will get pregnant very early, because I got pregnant very early. I became a father very early. There's a likelihood, and there's a likelihood that the daughter that I'll get will take much of my character traits. I'm very sure of that. I'm very sure of that. So I just make sure that she's a proper mother, a nurtured mother, because I'll definitely get her to know that life is not life as you see it. Life is about experience and learning from it. I'll start even wiring her subconscious mind. And I already have a son, by the way. I have a son right now. Although not my biological, but it's my son. However, when I come in contact with them and I start to raise them, I'm sure they'll get this a lot. They'll get encouragement. Their subconscious, actually, I'm going to train their subconscious. I'm not going to change how they think, but I'm going to influence them greatly, so that the product that comes out of their thinking is quality. Quality people, quality brains, quality output, quality work. Because I know what I'm inputting into them, I'll input into them is something that is quality. Therefore, there will be the concept of garbage in, garbage out will just be nonsense. It will be quality in, quality out. I'm sure I'm going to raise a very strong generation that is aware of themselves. Yeah. Even the children that I'll have after my first daughter, they'll actually be very lucky to have such a dad like me. Yeah, I'll be that uncle. Yeah. Right now I just need to properly, my communication is off, so I need to work on it right now. How I speak to people should have changed right at this moment. To be a good leader is someone who shows a good example, who has that charisma of productivity. Anyway, I must also be productive myself and even project that, show that to the world, and you'll find yourself that you are living in those areas. So I was now to talk about something else. Today morning I got this dream. I don't know if it was a dream or something, but yeah, let me talk about yesterday. Okay. Before I come to that story, although I shouldn't be talking about this, but I feel I should be talking about things that really do matter in my diaries, like what I feel, what has happened. It's good. At some point you'll come to these videos and watch them and see what was in your mind and what was happening. There are things that I don't want to call them strange, but they are just synchronicities of my spiritual life happening to me. So yesterday, I think I made a prayer. It was more of today I just want to meet someone new. I think I didn't say this, but I think I wanted to meet someone new, someone I can interact. People who really do matter. Destiny connectors, for that matter. Yesterday, did I say that electricity wasn't available yesterday in this whole area? Yeah, so it happened that way. There was no electricity in this whole area, so I spent a lot of time actually doing in the library. For that, I had a little power in my phone, so that's what I used to actually progress reading the how to negotiate without splitting the differences. I went and actually I came across this book on the shelf about business, quality business Nini. It's written by an author talking about how, as a good leader, you are supposed to conduct yourself in business, how you are supposed to build a team. That's how the book that I came across. Not came across. I stumbled upon. Okay? But I used that as my advantage, as an leverage to utilizing my time properly today. So I had planned to learn Excel yesterday, the whole of yesterday, but things went haywire. But yeah, I got to learn something while reading these books to keep me busy so that I don't focus on the electricity. Yeah, it's not, you don't need electricity to be productive. You only need to be aware of yourself. What is important, what can be done today. Equip yourself with the skill. Equip yourself with the knowledge. Knowledge is power. So I came across this book, read the first chapter, second chapter. It gave me a hint of the book that I'm supposed to write. Because I was like, there's this book, I actually talked about it yesterday. How to slaughter diabetes 5 minutes a day. I was like, how will I do the introduction? Because I just can't write a recipe for the sake of it. I want to catch the pain moments. Actually, to catch the pain, okay, not the pain moment, but pain points. Capture the pain points, and after that, now write my book. The first and second chapters are what I'm focusing right now. That is what is important. So I was like, I need to have an idea of how to flow with words. And I stumbled upon this book, this amazing book. It gave, okay, see, this is how you are supposed to write. Okay. Sawa. I got it. Right now, I think I have an idea of what I'm supposed to write. Now, I took note of the name of the book because I know if I go back to the library to the same spot I was sitting and try to get the book, I'm sure I will not get it because the library most of the time is being serviced by the librarians. The books that are all over the books are usually returned to the shelves. I can't trace that book again. I am sure of that. Because I don't have that energy to go and look for it again. I'll not find it. Because it could have been misplaced, taken to another shelf, and do I have that time to keep on looking? So I took note of the book, title of the book, and the author. I will download the soft copy, wherever it may be. Okay? So that is what will happen. So that I reread it again, that first chapter and second chapter, and this is how I'm supposed to write my books. And then after working on the books, you know what happens. I'll just upload them in my Amazon KDP and all that. But then I did a video about 35 or even 37 days ago about how to solve Amazon KDP error of authentication. And right now my video has about 2,000 views. In just 33 days. It has brought forth a lot of good feedback. Others are like, okay, it is not working. I'm like, if it is working for other people, why is it not working for you? You sort yourself, born. There are people who just are there to just bother you. I just like the comment. You know what I do? I have 41 minutes. Okay, I'll add. The other one is about 2 minutes, or even 3 minutes. Okay, I'm supposed to do 2 minutes here. Actually, 3 minutes. So, I usually log into my YouTube Studio app. And every time that I find a comment, I'm like, okay, this must be taken care of first. At least, I don't want this to be appearing each and every time that I log in. I usually now like the comment. Whether it is negative or positive, I sometimes like. And it disappears from that feed, from that homepage. That's what I usually do. So that I'm not bothered. Now, they reach a point where I'll be getting so many comments that this will no longer be a thing. Okay? The reason why I do remove all these comments is just to see the new comments, so that the important one that I can reply, I will reply. As the admin of Maxipy, or even the CEO, managing director of the Maxipy, I'm actually the everything. Editor, content creator, director, everything, like everything. But at some point I'll get a car. Wait, will I be able to work with some people? Okay, I hope so. And I knew it. I knew it anyway. I knew the internet will be disconnected. Actually, so have I said that I was able to actually connect to the internet using the same file that had been that I had used to upload the previous video? So yesterday it was active, and I used almost the whole of the yesterday's evening. Get into TikTok, did almost I did many things. Now, coming back to the story, yesterday I met a person. I don't know why I keep on taking detours. Yesterday I met a person. Yesterday I felt like, okay, today I feel like meeting someone. And guess what? When electricity got back, I was able to actually meet someone in the School of Engineering. How had that happened? This girl was in this room alone. Okay, I need to describe this tomorrow. This is another story. See you tomorrow. I'll describe the whole scenario so that I can tell you how things are just happening in my life. I'm like, that's so strange. Yet I ask for it, and how things are happening, I'm like, okay, thank you God. Mungu natuna kushukuru, because I couldn't have imagined that we could have met that way. That's a story for tomorrow. Actually, that don't forget. Remember, if it can be shaken, it can be moved. Until tomorrow, adios.